Hello, Dr. J here. Doing a second video about the Mirena, and I want to give you a link between Mirena and autoimmunity because it seems like the gals out there have a tremendous amount of autoimmune type reactions that they can't seem to diagnose. But let me give you a concept of autoimmunity. And again, this is just my opinion, and I've learned a lot about this since my last video, so I'm going to share with you what I've learned since then. To recap, the Mirena it obviously is an IUD. The hormone in it is called levonorgestrel. It's a synthetic steroid hormone that mimics the production of progesterone in the body. And what this does is when you provide for the body anything it should make for itself, that part of the body automatically downregulates. So when you downregulate your own normal progesterone production, that throws off your whole hormone pathways. They're all connected. They're all interconnected. You can't just affect one without affecting all of them. So when you shut down progesterone, that affects your HPA axis, which is your brain chemistry. It's your hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis. I did a video of that on the website, drjnutrition.com. But when you shut that down, that's where women feel foggy and disconnected and can't connect to the world, and they're walled off and they're in a cave. That's because your brain hormones and your brain chemistry has been knocked off balance. Also, it's thyroid function. That's what tells the thyroid what to do. That's what tells the female hormones what to do. That's what tells the adrenal glands what to do. And that's your blood sugar and your fight or flight and your stress and all this other stuff. Also, when you shut down progesterone production in the body, progesterone helps drive phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification of the liver. And when you shut down or hamper the detoxification of the liver, all these normal toxins you're getting out of your body start to back up in your system. When these toxins back up in your system, then your body has to rifle through all of its antioxidant and nutrient reserves to deal with all these free radicals and toxins now in your system. When it finally rifles through your nutrient reserves and your antioxidant reserves, there's nothing left to fight the battle. And that's where these women are getting these massive symptoms of unrelated stuff, and their body is basically breaking down and deteriorating because it's got nothing left to fight with. Now, let me give you a concept of autoimmunity. When something's in the bloodstream that shouldn't be, your body produces antibodies to basically tag it and the immune system to eliminate it. Okay? The women that have been affected by the Mirena, when you finally rifle through all of your antioxidants, antioxidants are part of what help keep your cellular membranes intact and not permeable, so that your cells can get things in and out as they choose to, not because the cells have broken down and things just get in and out haphazardly. So when the antioxidant reserves have run out, the cell membranes become more permeable than they should. Inside the cell there's a nuclear membrane of the nucleus that holds the DNA. Then there's the cytoplasmic membrane of the whole cell, and both of these become permeable. So when the genetic material of the DNA of the nucleus leaks out of the nuclear membrane and out of the cytoplasmic membrane into the bloodstream, this is called unmethylated DNA. This is one of the highest links to autoimmunity. So you have basically nuclear protein that is in the bloodstream, excuse me, not where it should be. And when it does this, your body has to attack it with antibodies. Okay? They're called natural tissue antibodies. So depending on what tissue is leaking their genetic material is kind of where you'll have your over 3,000 autoimmune diseases that I've named to today, whether it affects the nervous system or the thyroid or the adrenal glands, or it just goes on and on and on. So the concept I want you to understand is because the antioxidant reserves have been used up, the cellular membranes can't maintain their proper permeability, and they become too permeable. So the insides of the cells start leaking out, and when they do that, that DNA, your body attacks it, and that's the autoimmune cascades. Okay? Then also the women are dealing with the silicone poisoning, because that's part of what the Mirena is wrapped in, is silicone. So it's supposed to release like 20 micrograms of the levonorgestrel per day, but obviously it does too much and the silicone gets in the bloodstream. We know that because of blood tests we've had with women. So let me give you a concept of how to start dealing with this autoimmunity. And this is what's also been driving me crazy, because I have several women I'm working with right now, and some of them it's like, just hallelujah, it's a miracle, within 1 month they're doing so much better. But I've got some others, it doesn't matter what we do, they're just not getting that much better, and it's very, very slow to respond to anything. I'm going to get to that too, and the part is how damaged they are due to these autoimmune reactions. Now, to deal with the autoimmunity, the DNA that's in the blood is called unmethylated DNA. And your liver has to methylate the DNA. That's just how it tags it and detoxifies it and gets it out of the system. So the way we do that is with green leafy vegetables in a pill. It's called Cruciferous Complete, SP Green Food, things like this from Standard Process. And this is what allows the liver to methylate the DNA. Secondly, you've got all these antibody reactions going in the body. Standard Process has specific products called protomorphogens. It's a big, long explanation, way too in-depth for this video. You can Google protomorphogen and do some of your own research on it. It's on the internet. But what these do, these bind up the natural tissue antibodies that are in the bloodstream causing all these reactions. So we give you the nutritional support for the liver to help keep the liver detoxifying, methylating the DNA to get it out of the bloodstream. Give you the protomorphogen extracts to bind up the natural tissue antibodies to help to stop these autoimmune cascades. And also we have to fix the permeability of the cellular membranes. We have to build up your autoimmune reserves, your antioxidant reserves, and your cellular membrane reserves, which are lipids, which are fats. The fats we give people are flax oil, ours is called linum B6, fish oil, black currant seed oil, wheat germ oil, evening primrose oil, all these good quality oils from a good source from Standard Process. We give you these to then build up the cellular membranes back where they're supposed to be so they're not leaking. So we stop the leakage of the cellular membranes, we bind up the natural tissue antibodies to stop the autoimmune cascades, and we methylate the DNA to get it out of your bloodstream, these proteins that aren't supposed to be in your bloodstream that your body's attacking. So that's the autoimmune connection of what the Mirena is causing you women. Now, what I want you to understand is autoimmune diseases take a long time to correct. I know a brilliant nutritionist who treats many people for autoimmune conditions out of Houston. He'll tell you it's anywhere from 2 to 4 years to get the autoimmune cascades to downregulate and become into tolerance. So this to me answers why a lot of the women, it depends on how damaged you are, how some of them are just like, hallelujah, it's a miracle, I feel so much better, and I give someone else the same thing and it's like, I'm not getting any better. Why am I still having problems with all these other women? And it depends on how far into the autoimmune cascades you've gone. Another concept is what's called beta cell proliferation. Let me explain that. When you're in a constant state of fight or flight, which your bodies are, because they're under a massive attack from all this toxic chemicals in your system, your body basically upregulates what's called beta receptors. You ever heard of beta blockers? They use this in heart medicines. What the beta receptors do is they get your body to where it's on a hair trigger response. This is the person that's got a very bad startle reflex. This is the person that has big anxiety swings and big adrenaline surges and all these crazy things, racing heart and palpitations. And what this is your body has got you ready to fight and ready to move and ready to go. The problem with that is there's nothing for you to fight. It's an internal thing. So when your body is going through all these waves of hormones and emotions and it just affects you and totally whacks you out, the beta cell proliferation is because of all the damage done to your system, your body upregulated them. That takes, with support, anywhere from 6 months to 12 months or more to downregulate the beta cell proliferation back to a normal state of tolerance. So that's part of the reason women are not getting better quickly, is depends on how much their beta cells have proliferated. So with the autoimmune cascades, we want to support 3 things. Liver detoxification through the cruciferous vegetables, and every other liver support we can put with it. Natural tissue antibodies have to be bound up with called a protomorphogen extract. The only company that makes it on the planet is called Standard Process, and that's who we use. And then basically build up the cellular membrane so they're not leaking anymore the nuclear material out of the cell into the bloodstream. And that's through flax oil, fish oil, black currant seed oil, evening primrose oil, wheat germ oil, all these good oils, and get the trans fats and the bad oils out of your system, because trans fats make your cells 70% more permeable than they should be. That's the hydrogenated oil, so that's one thing you have to get out of your diet. Secondly, the total liver detox to get the silicone. That's what, if you guys, you know Christy, her stories on her website, mylifeaftermirena.blogspot.com. We did the turbo detox, we called it, with her, where we did a 3-week detox. We had pre and post blood tests where the silicone was there in high levels. We did the detox, they did the test, it was completely gone. So we have to do a turbo detox to get the silicone out and then work on these autoimmune cascades long term, okay? Several months to up to even a couple years or more to get the body's autoimmune cascades to downregulate back where they're supposed to be. And so the beta cell proliferation back down where it's supposed to be, so that your body's not on this hair trigger response. That's why women are having these anxiety attacks, these heart palpitations, these crazy unrelated symptoms that no medical test, they don't show up on medical tests. So I hope this made some sense. I have learned a lot about the Mirena since the first video a few months ago. And if you have any questions, please email me at drjnutrition@gmail.com or give us a call at the office, 620-792-6854, and I hope this helps.